Woohoo! Hello, everyone. Hello, you're stuck with me again. I'm Ben. I'm here for the Always Wolves Watchalong of Sheffield Wednesday versus Wolverhampton Wanderers Carabao Cup second round after the comprehensive, I think we can call it comprehensive, 3-0 victory against Port Vale in the first round. Of course, 3-0 victory down to me in my first live stream of a competitive match, that is. We are now up against League One side, Sheffield Wednesday, away at Hillsbourgh. Should make for an interesting game. Just want to say hello to everyone, see how everyone's doing, see where everyone's watching from, as it always intrigues me, and also, of course, get your score predictions in the chat. I have come prepared this week. I know that might be a shock to many of you, but I actually have Sky Sports ready, so I can actually watch the football match this time to do the football watch along. What a shock! And I also have the lineup ready to show you. I mean, come on, this is what you come for. I've got proper. This is professional broadcasting. There's no beating around the bush here. I know what I'm doing now. I've worked out the technology at the ripe old age of 18. I've finally worked out how to work my computer. Watching from France. Hello. Good to see everyone. Matthew, hello. Merv, good to see everyone. Good to see everyone. What are our score predictions? I'm seeing a 2-1 Wolves. 2-1. It's not a bad shout. Could be a bit more optimistic. We're playing a League One side. The team, however, I will if you've seen the lineup, 2-1 becomes a bit more plausible. If the game is indeed on Sky Sports Plus. Kian, I think. Kian. We have Bournemouth fans in the chat as well. Hello. Bournemouth, how did Bournemouth get on in the first game? Oh, heartbreak to City. Very sorry to see that. It was Fergie time, really, wasn't it? 3-1 Wolves. We've got 3-1. Carl, my saviour. Thank you. Everyone smash your likes on the live. Indeed. We are. I've been told we are very close to 40,000 subscribers, as in maybe even within 50. So everyone who's watching, please do indeed like and subscribe to the channel. Get us pushed forward in all the algorithms and get even more people inundated with Wolves content. Grow the club. That's what we want, isn't it? I am going to chuck up. I'm seeing people talking about the lineup and talking about the squad, so I'm going to chuck up the lineup up on the screen now. So we have Jose Sarr in goal, Pedro Lima at right back, and Wolf at left back, coming in for Hugo Bueno and Chachua. Sarr retaining his spot in goal. Nasajija retaining his spot alongside debutant Olugunja. I believe I'm saying that right. I might have butchered it, but that's what I'm going with. It's his first game. I'll listen out for what the commentators say. But it's good. I like seeing presumably an academy prospect playing his first senior appearance for the club in a fairly important match. I like it. A midfield of Boubacar Traore returning loanee alongside fellow returning loanee actually Tommy Doyle in midfield, and new signing Jordan James, presumably playing in his favourite box to box role, which will be very interesting to see. You can see him get a full 90 under his belt. Rodrigo Gomez on the right wing, Chirrewa on the left wing, you would imagine, and Adam Armstrong leading the line. You can see the first teamers are on the bench, just in case. Hugo Bueno, Menezzi, Andre, Totti, Lopez, Mane, Chachua, and Raul Jimenez to bring off the bench just in case of catastrophe. But let me know what you think of the first team. I'm intrigued by it. I was saying when we did extra time a few days ago, yesterday, day before, about the squad depth and transfers that we desperately need. It's looking like the depth, especially in the midfield, is strong, and that's about it. The attacking depth, as you can see, like we're still having to play Rodrigo Gomez. We haven't got the rotation to rotate the attack fully. The midfield, this is a fully traded off midfield. So instead of Lopez, Andre, and Menezzi, you've got Traore, Doyle, and James. So it's 6 central midfielders that we've got, and you can rotate the 3. And then the wing backs easily rotated from Chachua or Trippier, depending on when he gets back from injury, to Lima and Bueno to Wolf. Centre backs is a different story, though. You can see notable admissions on the bench, and it was always going to be very telling. Is no Ladislav Kretki and no Santi Bueno, which there've been rumours of them having a knock, rumours of them being unable to play for whatever reason, but it would indicate probably that they're not happy at the club and they're unsettled and looking for a way out, which is not ideal, but will prompt us into making new centre-back signings, you would presume. So, I mean, every cloud, I suppose. No, thank you. I'm okay. Being offered half-time snacks even before the game started. That's how much it's going. So yeah, Chirewa as well. He hasn't really impressed me personally when I've seen it, but he hasn't had much game time. But off the bench, he hasn't been much of an impact. But most of his time off the bench came last season, and divine intervention from Jesus Christ himself wouldn't have helped us last season. So, I mean, there's not much you could have done there. Jose Sarr nailing down his spot as well. I've just noticed the absence of, if not Johnston, on the bench. And Jose Sarr playing again and being made captain would suggest that in that straight shootout that was being argued about, but you could argue it was a media thing, but it was looking Johnston or Sarr, wasn't it? And it's looking like Johnston has nailed that down. Just seeing if the game coverage has started yet, because it does start in 15 minutes, so I'd quite like to be able to see what's going on. There we go. We're not having any repeats of last time, don't you worry. And I will remove this now. See, I'm getting, it's all clicking my fingers now. Oh, bloody hell. Just got Sky Sports music blaring out at me. And no pitch. Brilliant. I will catch up. Wait, where's Raul? Raul's on the bench. Angelina, don't you worry. I would have been worried as well, to be fair. Your unbeaten run is on the line. Indeed it is. But, it's on the line every time. And so far, 100% success rate of not losing. I mean, we had a draw, but turns out Blackburn can turn around a 1-0 deficit to Middlesbrough, so they're probably going to win the league. West Ham are going to get relegated. If we can think like Manchester United fans and be very instantaneous with all of our decisions at the moment. It's always very entertaining. I know Wolves fans, we're susceptible to it as well, which is why we've got people getting a bit ahead of themselves after a win at Preston, who they're going to be in for it this season by the looks of it. It's always funny seeing the Premier League teams. It's like you get in the build-up before anyone's kicked a ball. Man United fans and Tottenham fans. I mean, Tottenham fans. They just spend like £400 million, and they're just like, oh well, we're just going to be in the top four again then. And then reality checks straight away, and then every single fan's going, oh, we're going to get relegated. We need to sack the manager and kill all the players and get the ownership, guys. It's always hilarious to me. It might be because I'm young and I'm on social media watching the most reactionary of reactionary fans every match week, but it's always entertaining. I'd like to see Rodrigo play on the left wing rather than the right. I was thinking about this the other day because Mane and Gomez swapped a few times. And it was interesting. Mane's clearly the more direct of the two. So him cutting in off the left, he's a bit more built for it, really. And Gomez is kind of quick and just like nippy, and he's just going to try and get around the outside and put crosses in. And they were both fairly effective. They were putting in some good crosses into the old corridor of uncertainty. But I mean, we might as well experiment. If we go two or three goals up, then absolutely, I'd try him at left back, see what happens. Look forward to seeing how Boubacar Traoré plays today. Indeed, I always love Boubacar Traoré. He's great. He's like a spider. He's gangly. He's got big long legs, and he's just like grabbing the ball from everyone. It's great. What's the change? I think it's the right decision at this stage, given our pre-season was almost non-existent. Yeah, agreed. Perhaps he's Sarr in goal. How long will it be without Trippier? Well, he and Rafiki Said got the same injury, I believe. They got an MCL thing, which is a knee injury. Presumably, just went along from the ACL. So I think it was saying 6 to 8 weeks, which is not ideal, especially in the Championship when you're playing 2 games most weeks. So it's going to be a little while, and he's getting on now. So it's not going to be like we can't be rushed because you see players quite often who are getting on a bit and in the twilight of their career who end up with some persistent little injuries that keep coming back and just won't go away, and they're eager to play, and they're playing football like they used to, but their body's not going to play it like they used to. So it needs to be taken care of, that's for sure. Good lineup, Ben. Well, I didn't come up with the lineup, but I'll still take the credit. Thank you, Angelina. Team looks decent. Yeah, I kind of like the having a bit of an unknown, having a centre back who we've never heard of before. It's gonna be interesting. Might be a revelation. Might save us a centre back signing. Might save us £30 million. That'd be brilliant. I think Peixoto benched Lopez and Jimenez because he sees us as it's important to getting promoted. I don't think he's looking that far ahead. I think you don't want Lopez is clearly the talisman of the team, and you don't want him getting injured. You don't want him getting smashed into by someone in an unnecessary game because if we go out of the cup, we go out of the cup. Like obviously we'd like to win, but if it happens, it happens, and there won't be much you can do about it. And as the board have persisted, getting promoted is indeed the priority. So I think if you're saying to get promoted as in saving them for the league, because that's where we're going to get promoted, then yeah, I completely agree. What's Sheffield Wednesday stadium name? Sheffield Wednesday stadium name is Hillsbourgh, very famous stadium. Kind of infamous because of the incidents, obviously. But yeah, Hillsbourgh. How can I watch the match? Sky Sports Plus. If you're prepared to bankrupt yourself and remortgage your house to pay for Sky Sports, then that's how you watch it. Or however you can, Chris. Be artful, be creative. I'm sure you'll be able to find a way to watch it. Any news on the transfer news? Not as far as I'm aware. A bloke called Medina. Never heard of him. From the middle of nowhere. Brilliant for me. I've said it before. I find it so much more comforting when we sign players I've never heard of, because whenever we sign players I have heard of, they turn out to be pretty crap. So I'm much more comfortable hearing people that I've never heard of. I'd never heard of Jota. I'd never heard of Neves. I'd never heard of Jimenez. It's great. I had heard of Gonzalo Guedes, Fabio Silva, and Francisco Trincao. So make of that what you will. I'd heard of Craig Dawson and Mario Lemina, and they were good for a while. I'll give you that. Plus, Jordan James is starting tonight. Really interested to see what he can do. Yeah, I'm very interested. I must confess, I've seen him play for Leicester a few times, and I know he won Player of the Year, but I hadn't actually. I don't know much about him, and he's being touted as a big star and getting all the plaudits from my personal hero, my first hero, Mr. Dave Edwards. So I trust Dave Edwards more than most people. So he might go and. That's one thing I've seen, actually. When I was watching Andre watching Jordan James compilations, because he's just hilarious, apparently, he was shooting from like 35 yards, which is exactly what I want. We haven't had a centre mid who can whack it from distance for quite a while, or at least, well, I mean, Agbedu used to have a fair few shots from distance, but they left a lot to be desired. I'll say that. Good evening, Adrian. How are you doing? How are you doing, mate? Excited to see the game. More people excited to see Jordan James first start for the old gold, indeed. Watch the game on normal. If you've got normal Sky, Chris, you just have to go on, like, I don't know how to explain it. If you just go on the home screen and you go to like a sports section, there'll be a Carabao Cup section, and then they've just got all the games, and you just go through the list. Sky or when's the EFL Cup third round draw? Oh, God, I don't know. Someone else will tell you. Someone else will know more than I will. Who have we got this weekend? We got Stoke, Adrian. Stoke at Molineux. It's going to be an interesting one. Presumably, it's going to be a fiery one. What's the main issue with Huang? Why hasn't he gotten off to the way people thought he would for Wolves? He started really well at Wolves, I remember. He was great. He was really dynamic. And he had a bit of a relationship with Raul. It was great. But since then, he's such a patchy player. He'll have like a week where he'll be unbelievable and then just do nothing again for so long. And he's dropped too many clangers that he's lost the faith of the Wolves fans, I think. Good luck from the team at Hillsbourgh. Thank you very much to the Always Wolves contingent who are travelling fans. That's why you're stuck with me, I'm afraid, once again. Because I'm in my house with nothing better to do than speak to you lot. I mean, God, what's it come to, eh? Ola Gunja is decent centre back and captain of the under 21s. Well, anyone can look good in the under 21s. This is where the making of the man shall be. And I'm sure he wouldn't have been trusted by a new manager, wouldn't be staking his reputation in a cup tournament on a player that he hadn't seen signs from. So, hope for that. Neil, hello Neil, good to see you. Enjoy watching the game. Thank you, Angelina. I hope I'll be able to go to the Stoke game. Oh God, well, good luck to you. Good luck to you. I wouldn't. I'd be terrified of going to a Stoke game, but you're a better man than me. Sheffield Wednesday end doesn't look very packed for 3 minutes before kickoff, I must say. I will do my obliged things before we even start. Got 116 people in. Hello, everybody. Good to see you. We are going to be watching Sheffield Wednesday versus Wolves in the Carabao Cup. Second round. It's 0-0 because the game hasn't started yet. See, I'm on it, guys. I got the technology down now. As you can see, going down the bottom, we have lots of social media to be following here at Always Wolves. We've got Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, anything you can think of. And as you can see, just trailing away there, the Always Wolves website, which I will leave down there, where we've got volunteer writers, brand new website that's just been redesigned. You're not going to be getting any pop-up ads or unskippable adverts or any of that nonsense. Completely free content written by the fans for the fans about anything you can think of, and things that I can't even think of. First team, women's team, under 18s, under 21s, players out on loan, history of the club, transfers, God knows what, anything you can think of. It's all on there. And if there's things that aren't on there that you have thought of, please sign up and become a writer. It's completely. We're all volunteers. We're just doing it because we love the club and we want to have some fun. And we've got a lovely community of Wolves fans. And also, of course, please do hit a like on the live stream. Try and get me a few likes so that I can report back to the higher ups that I've done a good job. And I believe also what would be even better is if you enjoy the content, or even if you don't enjoy the content, I don't really care. To subscribe to the channel. We are, I believe, a mere 50 or so away from hitting 40,000 subscribers, which would be a great milestone. As I said, this is all volunteers and it's all done by the fans, and we just want to get the Wolves out there as much as possible and see as many as many of you as possible and get the content out there for as many fans as possible, and maybe potentially brainwash a few people into becoming Wolves fans, and sign them up to that lifetime of misery is a bit harsh, but temperamental, up and down, a roller coaster of emotions being a Wolves fan. So yeah, that's all for me. And I've just seen the players come out onto the pitch, so we are getting ready to go. Your prediction, Ben? Oh God, I'm so unprofessional. I never think of a prediction. I don't know why. It's because I'm not used to watching with people watching me, and no one usually cares what my prediction is. Oh no, and this is bad as well because I gave a prediction on extra time the other day, and I can't remember what it was, and I don't want to contradict myself. Or did I give a prediction for the Stoke game? I think it was this game. I think I said 3-0. I don't know why I said 3-0 because we're probably going to concede a goal. But I will stick with 3-0 and take whatever punishment comes with it. If that's not right, if anyone feels if anyone wants to go back on the live stream and check what I said so that they can so that they can tell me what I said, that would be great. That's peak punditry. You don't get that anywhere else. Feel free to, like I just said, subscribe, join the chat, and obviously, if we are in the chat, then please, be as respectful as possible. We're all Wolves fans. Just try and keep the moods up, keep the vibes up, especially if we start winning. And even if we start losing, then that's when we need the vibes more than ever. I have the commentary up. I don't know if that's getting in the way. Also win 4-1, bloody hell. Sheffield 1-1 and 4-3 on penalties. You think Wolves are going to win on penalties? You're mental, Matt. You're mental. I'm not sure I've ever seen us win a penalty shootout. I haven't seen us do many, to be fair, but I haven't seen us win one either. And we have kickoff. Joseph now launches it straight up the pitch to start with. Good to see Tommy Doyle starting the game. I've always liked Tommy Doyle. And Sheffield Wednesday found themselves clean down the right wing already. And they're in the Wolves area already. Cross to the back post. Bit too high, but that was not the start that you'd want to strike confidence into your back line, is it? Or letting a cross in within 20 seconds. He went down there pretty unobstructed as well, which is not ideal. But it is a Wolves throw. So keep getting your predictions down in the chat. I don't want to be... If I'm going to be wrong, I want other people to be wrong with me. Because I've probably already contradicted myself, so... Pedro Lima wins another Wolves throw. That's what we need. What I want to do is I want to see us get a foothold on the game and dominate, because against Blackburn, no, not against Port Vale. Against Port Vale, we were all right. But we've had too many games where even when we've gone a goal up, we've struggled to then keep the ball, keep possession. We give it away in very silly places, and we just need to have a bit of composure and a bit steady and make them play at our speed. If that makes sense. I'm just seeing Olagunja just do a body feint and absolutely send the centre back already. So he looks confident. That's what we want to see. Morrison is a good winger for them. He's on loan from Liverpool. Well, Liverpool aren't very good, so it doesn't tell me anything, Neil, to be honest. They were shocking against Newcastle. I don't know how they managed to come away from that with a draw. But, that £250 million for Isak and Wirtz is looking less and less profitable. As long ball's gone all the way out to Chirewa, who cuts inside. Cross, and that is 1-0 to Wolves already. Crossing from Chirewa caused the goalkeeper some problems, and he pushed it into his own centre-back, and it went in. And that is 1-0 to Wolves within 2 minutes. And that is a comedy goal. That is so very unfortunate. But we absolutely take those. And my streak continues as of so far. They cut to the Wolves fans, who were half-heartedly applauding that, because they didn't have much to do with that. Chirewa, a long ball over the top that was looking for a run in behind from Jordan James, which is an encouraging sign already. But Chirewa cut inside, had a shot. Looks like it was going on target, actually. It looked like it was a bit of a cross, but no, it actually looks like he's taking a shot, to be honest. On target, but fairly central. No problem for the goalkeeper. But the centre-back, who was coming in to look to clear the ball, got caught in the crossfire, for lack of a better word. And that's 1-0. Swinkles. Shocking name to go along with the shocking own goal. Oh, dear. And then Tommy Doyle's tackled our own player just to take control of the ball. And he plays it across. And we are in the ascendancy already. 1-0. What a start. It is not often that you see Wolves get an early start and an early goal. We have 120. Oh, we're playing him behind as well. Cole Chire was looking for that. But keeper just got out to it in time. But they're looking to be playing. They're looking like they're trying to go quite direct already. Two or three balls in behind, or attempted balls in behind. And we can see the high press very much in action, forcing Sheffield Wednesday to go long. And this is the thing about the high press is if you're forcing teams to go long, you're forcing them to need the quality to go long. Like if we were playing against Man City and we were forcing them to go long, they'd be having players like that. They'd be having keeper like David Raya or centre backs or midfielders like Declan Rice who have the distribution to do that. And that's well played. And Jordan James is free down the right hand side. Just been muscled off the ball, but a risky back pass that's been cleared. And Wolves keep possession. So like I was saying, they if you're going to play high pressing, if you're doing it against a better team, you will be found out. But forcing long distribution from oh bloody hell, three players have just slipped over there. And Jordan James with the ball right across the face of goal, just missed by Rodrigo Gomez, and we're still there. Doyle back across goal, headed out clear for a goal. That was good running behind from Jordan James in an advanced position to square it across the box. But Wolves already on the front foot. This is very, very positive. I'm going to try and finish my trade of thought for the third time. Wolves are being too attacking, and it's not often I get to say that. Forcing a team like Sheffield Wednesday to try and play direct and play long under pressure is going to work to your benefit because they're not going to have the quality to consistently do it well. And we have Tommy Doyle about to whip in a corner. Corner, good ball, cleared away. That was right on where you're told to aim for when you're younger, right to the penalty spot. Ball back out to Tommy Doyle, who looks to switch the play. It's a good ball, asking a lot of Chirewa, but he's brought it down. That's very effective. And he's got his man one-on-one. Oh, is he? Oh, nearly got around him. There's been a few players slipping over already. Good run by Jordan James. He's looking good already. Yeah, Coventry 2 in 2 minutes. Bloody hell! What, 2 in the first 2 minutes? That's mental. Bloody hell! Wow. I'm in the USA and the game is unwatchable. How did we score? Calamity of an own goal as Merv has. Sorry, literally word for word said for me. That's a bit freaky, Merv. Proof if proof needed, but it was a shot from Chirewa that was pushed onto his own centre back and trickled in by the Sheffield Wednesday goalkeeper. Next, so you haven't missed quality football, but it was entertaining. Pitch made out of ice, yeah, 2 or 3 players. Armstrong just sent someone to the shops and they slipped over, and I was about to say, my goodness, he's just sat someone down, but then he fell over, and then the defender who was defending against him fell over as well. Mental. We're seeing more of the high intensity, high pressing from Wolves that we saw against Santander and Port Vale. We've got a front line. You've got Armstrong going forwards. Oh dear, and there might be in behind. Lima beaten to that one. Oh, but now maybe a chance to counterattack. Rodrigo Gomez looking to just beat his man for pace, and he has done, but he's been taken down pretty cynically and drawn a yellow card and a free kick. Just using his pace there, that was great. He knew he had the beating of him. It's just cynically taken down midway into their half. Yeah, got a knee in the back of the leg there as well. Chance to put the ball in. The high pressing, we've got the front line of Chirewa, Armstrong. Oh God, I've completely forgotten. How have I forgotten who's on? Who have I forgotten who's on the team? I'm going to be unprofessional. Put the line up. And Rodrigo Gomez. I was just talking about him. What am I doing? We've got the front 3 of them, but you've also got Doyle pushing up to kind of press in the advanced press as a second striker, so it becomes a bit of a flat 4. If anyone watched the Carabao Cup final of Man City and Arsenal, when Man City just pinned them back with 4 on their back 4, that's sort of what we're going for, with James and Traore sitting in behind them. Oh, we've got a bit of a set piece routine. What's going on here? Doyle to the back post. Headed back across. Armstrong hits it. Deflected. Boubacar Traore was going forwards to win that. Olagunja has just flicked it over a centre-back, brought it down and put his foot on the ball. That was excellent play. A lot of movement. Jordan James is instigating a lot here. He's very dynamic. He's all over the place. It's great. But Wolves settling back into regular shape. Olagunje is not afraid to move around and make a bit of space for himself with a little feint or stepping up into the midfield. It's very, very entertaining to watch, but it can also cause yourself a few problems. You've got Tommy Doyle sitting back into a defensive role, coming deep to dictate the play. But now moving forwards a bit. Nice, neat interplay and played out wide by Boubacar Traore out to Chirewa. He's got space out on the left and he's got Wolf coming with him. Good ball. Oh, tried to go for the cutback. If he hadn't cut it back and he'd gone across goal there, Armstrong was arriving. This is very positive, very positive. They're very happy to be on the front foot. Beautifully weighted pass from Chirewa. Oh, it wouldn't have been Armstrong. It would have been Jordan James for a debut goal. That had been hammered across the box. Could have been good there. Tommy Doyle out to take the corner again. Clearly signalling something as well. Yeah, he's just got both arms in the air. Plays a 1-2 with James to get the angle. Oh, it's a poor cross at the end, though. And cleared out for another corner, though, so he's going to get another time. Going to get another effort. Poor home crowd. Yeah, I agree. It doesn't look very full, does it? Good positive start, I agree. West Ham 1-0 down. Bloody hell. Nuno is not having a good time, no. I agree. Is this going to be a Port Vale repeat? No, we're going to beat them 8-0 instead. Cleared out by the goalkeeper. Rodrigo Gomez headed it back in. Wins the header, knocks it down. Jordan James onto it. Trevor using his body well there. And Rodrigo Gomez doing the same. Hounding to get the ball back, the pair of them. Frustration from the Sheffield Wednesday player to just leather it into touch there. Where the Wolves fans, they're in a far corner. It's a bit odd, but they're on an upper tier. And Pedro Lima is bloody hell. He's got a bit lost there. Got into the penalty area and then fell over. Tommy Doyle sweeping up again though. Gomez back to the centre backs. It seems very fluid at the moment. The midfield, especially, are moving around a lot, dropping in. It seems like you've got some of them. I'm not a tactician. I don't really know what I'm talking about, but it looks like you've got some dropping in to make space for players like Jordan James to make the runs in behind. And Tommy Doyle he's one. If there's one thing he's absolutely excellent at, it is seeing a pass to get you out of any sort of pressure. It's to find the free man, whoever it is. Maybe not necessarily like the incisive through ball that's going to get you up the pitch, but if you're under a bit of pressure and he gets on the ball, you know he's gonna pick out the right player and calm it down. He's always reminded me of João Moutinho a bit, Tommy Doyle, maybe because of his stature, but the way he plays and the way he moves and carries himself around the pitch always reminded me of that. Maybe that's wishful thinking, but 39 likes on the live stream. Let's keep it going. Get to 100. Thank you, Carl. Indeed, I can't see the likes on the live stream. I know we've got 160 odd viewers, which is always good to see. Hello, everyone. We're currently 1-0 up already. Very nice positive start from the Wolves as Chirewa gives away a foul in the Sheffield Wednesday corner for their goalkeeper to come out and take. As you can see along the bottom, we have many social media that just disappearing off your screen. So doing quick. Got Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. I don't know anymore. X, is that Twitter? They might be the same thing. I don't know. But yeah, if they're not the same thing, follow us on both of them. And of course, the Always Wolves website, where all of our amazing volunteer writers are writing about everything under the sun that you can think of related to Wolves, written by the fans, for the fans, completely free to access. Oh, brilliant. Jose Sarney got caught in possession there, but not quite. And Rodrigo Gomez has just won a header against some 6'4" centre-back. That was very impressive. So yeah, feel free to check out as much as you can. Anyone see João Gomez against Brighton with the red card? Yeah, once a wolf, always a wolf. You should never have left. I'm a bit frustrated he went to Villa, but you kind of would, unless you're like a born and bred Wolves fan, then you kind of would. And he stayed a couple of seasons longer than I thought he would. To be fair. Oh, and Sheffield Wednesday shot from distance, well over the bar. Looks like we could have had a foul in there, but nothing given. The thrashing of Aston Villa was very funny indeed, yes. Here in America, can't watch the game live, but it's okay. You'll be here in live and watching all the games at once. Well, feel free to stick about, get in the chat, put your thoughts in. I'll try and do as much commentary, but if you talk to anyone in the chat, they'll tell you that I am probably the least professional person you want doing this. But we're just trying to have a bit of fun. And I'm also currently unbeaten, so if you're watching the watch-along, then you're guaranteed you're in for it. You're in for a good performance from the Wolves. I say sparingly. Jordan James wins possession back. Boubacar Traoré loses it again. Good interception from Olagunja. I need to turn this up and see what they say. And that is just blatant holding on to Traoré, but he's still managed to wriggle away from them and get free up the left wing. That was excellent play. And he looks like he wants to take on his man at every opportunity. He's got into the area, down the wing. Oh, deflected cross in that the goalkeeper had to come out and palm away. Lima with a looping ball in, but that's going to drift out of play. No, not quite. Into the box for Armstrong. Armstrong's touch lets him down. His possession, but Wolves are hounding them. Got to be careful not to give away a foul, but to try and win the ball. I literally just got two men holding the player in the corner flag, keeping possession, and Armstrong's come away with it and lost it again. And got to try and win it back again. And Sheffield Wednesday played it out, but the referee has given a free kick for no apparent reason. Fantastic. Been almost for 8 years since Raul. That's brilliant. He brought a lot of new fans to us, didn't he? He was great. That West Ham game against Southampton. Is this a current game that's going on that I'm missing? Should I not be watching Wolves? Should we be doing a watch along of a West Ham game? Sounds more interesting. The press is hurting Sheffield Wednesday. It is indeed. We've got them pinned in. They escaped it that time because they got given a dodgy free kick, but they can't cope with it, can they? They can't cope with the intensity. Jordan James winning possession there. Bit scrappy. Sheffield Wednesday coming away with it, but nowhere really for them to go. Passing lanes being shut off. They're being forced to play it into difficult areas where we've got overloads. But they're out on the wing. That's neat play from them. Cut inside. Cross or clear by Olagunja. Good positioning from him. Hello, Patrick. Good to see you. Good to see you. Oh, sorry. That was close. Nearly. Rodrigo Gomez said if he'd got a foot in there, he would have been away. Armstrong down. Looking a bit uncomfortable, but Rodrigo Gomez now, it's a 1v3, but he's kind of isolated with his man. He's going down the line, trying to go out around the outside. Has a shot. Always falling away from the goal, leaning back a bit over the bar for a Sheffield Wednesday goal kick. But, nice and direct from Rodrigo Gomez. I think he's realised he's got the pace and he's got the beating on some of these players. So he's going hell for leather. You're asking a lot to score from there. Good defending, forcing him out wide, but what can you do? America's not showing Wolves, so we have to watch CBS. Flicking through the games. Yeah, it's our equivalent of Jeff Stelling and Soccer Saturday, by the sounds of it. But always Wolves are. I mean, you've been stuck with me for a few weeks now, and I sympathise with you. I really do. Especially seeing as last week I couldn't watch the game. Apologies about that. But we're going to always try and have someone here doing the watch-alongs and keeping fans updated. So whenever there is a Wolves match, always try and check in, and there will be something going on, hopefully. Weak team not making a difference then? Well, it's weaker opposition as well. We have to remember. it's good to it's good it's good run out for the depth though. It's important, especially arguably more so in the Championship than in the Premier League. Depth is important. Your second team's got to be just as good as your first team, and they've got to be ready to go whenever. Because if you're playing twice every week, it's always going to be tricky. Armstrong tries to find Doyle in behind that time. Doyle on the run in behind, cleared away by Sheffield Wednesday. Out on for a Wolves throw on the right hand side. Rodrigo Gomez. Have to place two sides due to games we have coming up. Yeah, that's exactly it, Carl. We've got to have the second team's got to be just as strong as the first team. Yeah, it's good seeing Bishotto experimenting and bringing in a few of the younger lads like Chirewa and Oluginja to see if we can have squad depth from within, which is always great because not just because it's cheaper, but because Rodrigo Gomez free down the right wing, fires across goal. Oh, it just ricochets off one or two of the Sheffield Wednesday players. If we had a target man going across the front post to Mr. Jimenez, that might have been a goal. Armstrong, you could argue, could have been going across goal there, but ball in behind now for Wolf as well. It's non-stop from Wolves. They're going forward at every occasion. Lots of direct passes in behind from Doyle and Jordan James especially. Yeah, the second team's just got to be absolutely on it. But it's good to have homegrown players from the academy as well for Coiters, but also just for the general. Oh, that was nearly a very nice move to find Lima in behind. Neat touch from Doyle to get away from the pressure though. Dominic Iorfa, if you remember him, really went downhill. He's now a free agent after being released by Sheffield Wednesday. Oh goodness. Well, I mean, I remember him playing for us when I was first going to games. So, and I'm getting on now, so it's got to have been some time ago. No, it's got to be good 10 years ago. He's got to be in his 30s by now, surely. Just going back up, I think I missed somewhere. Has anyone seen the interview from Ruben Neves? Yeah, he loves it, doesn't he? He loves the club. He'll come back and play for free, I'm sure, at some point. I hope. Gotta hope, haven't you? I'm not sure he'll come and play in the Championship again after being on like 600 grand a week, but what can you do? Too quick heading to 3 a week. Yeah. I mean, it's just depth, and like I say, it's preferable to have it from within. Especially, I mean, our club, they're so hesitant to do any sort of business anymore. And their problem is because they're so intent on it being the right deal every time. And you can never really tell. There is no telling if a signing is going to be. You can have had all the signs that they're going to be a perfect signing, and it just might not click. And when you've got so few signings that you're banking on being, it's risky because no one ever knows. So I imagine they favour promoting young players, we've got 3 or 4 players. I mean, Boubacar Traore, Fer Lopez, Tommy Doyle, Nasser Jija are all returning loanees who have just been reincorporated into the squad as an extra player, is how they're being viewed. Sheffield Wednesday, Morrison, as you can see, being a bit nippy, coming down the wing. He was dribbling at Takendi Chirewa, so you can't read too much into that. Down the right hand side. Ooh, got a cup of tea delivery. That is a treat. But you have made the TV lag, so I'm going to blame that on you.
Would you come off it?
No, thank you. Thank you very much. We're winning.
Oh,
we are. We scored. We scored after 2 minutes. They scored an own goal, so we didn't score. But
but we're winning.
We'll take it. Yeah. Courtney Horsehouse. I never knew how to say his name. Another free agent. Him and I offer. Wait again. Representing England throughout their youth. Yeah, they did, didn't they? But Courtney House went to Aston Villa. I'm going to say his name. I'm going to alternate the way I say his name, so I don't. One of them will be right. Switch out wide from Traore. Difficult to control by Wolf. He made that look much harder than it was. Logan using his body well. Spread out the other side again. Sad to see Hillsbourgh half empty. Yeah, it really is. It's a very prestigious club and a very prestigious ground, to say the least. So, but they've had a rough time of it, and they need a something positivity, a bit of something to get them excited again. I think over 200 views in the live stream now. Hello, everybody. We are 1-0 up. I'm Ben. I'm your highly unprofessional host for the evening. And yeah, we're playing very well, which I didn't think I was going to be saying, quite frankly. John Ronnie will be announced soon, hopefully. That'd be great, wouldn't it? You know, it's not exactly an important signing, but it's just nice, isn't it? It's just nice. Was that my mum who sounded really shocked when I said we were winning? Well, if you're in her shoes, Roman, she's not particularly interested in football, but she's interested in Wolves mainly because me and my dad are. And all she's heard for a year or so is, "Are we playing today? Yeah. Are we losing? Yeah. Have we lost? Yeah." So I'm shocked that we're winning games. It feels quite out of character, really. I mean, it became so demoralising last season that when we played Blackburn, I was kind of bemused because I was like, oh, I care what happens. And we got to the point where we were playing, like, obviously I wanted us to win. I want us to win every week. But we were playing, we were relegated. Like, there was no, even if we won a match, for what? An extra 3 points, just so maybe you end up 19th instead of 20th, and we didn't. So there was no massive point getting invested. So going to Armstrong, who lets it nutmeg himself and loses the ball, spins around like a fidget spinner, not knowing where the ball is. But he does then pressure the Wednesday goalkeeper into going long, and it goes way too long, all the way through to Jose's half. The stadium was full against Bradford. Was it? Yeah, maybe it's a league. I mean, you've always got to take into account that it's a midweek match in a cup that they know they're not going to win. So, Jesus Christ, Jose. If he does leave, I won't miss his absolutely cardiac arrest-inducing defensive play when he's got the ball. Good midfield splitting pass from Gigi there into Jordan James. Good run again, nice and dynamic. Wins another Wolves throw, but gets us up the pitch a bit. Pedro Lima, not afraid to run with it. And get himself a bit further up the pitch. It's all it takes is a little bit of impetus from someone, or one pass that breaks a bit of the line, or one player who can take it around one person, and you're on the front foot. And the rest of the team, even if it's subconscious, the team shift back. Good interplay from Doyle and Rodrigo Gomez again. Doyle looking to swing a ball in. Good ball. Oh, just beaten to it by Armstrong. Oh, and James wins it back. It's a bit scuffly there. Armstrong slashes at it and doesn't catch it right at all with his left foot. And it trickles through to the Sheffield Wednesday goalie. I was up early this morning to try and get myself tickets to something. And I say early, I mean I'm a teenager. It was early for me. Give me a break. And you can just about hear C Senor from the Wolves contingent coming across, even despite just a small group of them up in being dismissed up to the top. There might be just as many Wolves fans in here as there are Sheffield Wednesday fans, to be fair. It's so sparse. Ball behind, it's not a bad ball. Sheffield Wednesday working it up to the edge of the area. Boubacar Traore hassling and harrying away at them. Not giving them an inch of space. But you're right, there's Morrison bloke trying to get himself a yard or two free. Good challenge from Charewa there. Stuck with his man, got a foot in. Peterborough beating Watford. Not Waterford. Thank you. Watford. Jesus. Maybe we'll win the whole thing. Maybe everyone who's any good will just get knocked out and we'll just go unbeaten and absolutely smash everyone. High press from Lima. Rodrigo Gomez nearly nipped in there. Just over 200 people in the live stream. Hello, everyone. Wolves currently 1-0 up, coming up to the half-hour mark. You can see along the bottom. We have social media accounts here at Always Wolves to follow. We have websites with anything Wolves related you can think of, and then probably more that you can go and check out on our brand spanking new website. Completely free to access. You're not going to be getting any dodgy pop-up adverts or any viruses or anything. Just Wolves content written by the fans for the fans. And please do like the live stream and subscribe to the channel. I believe we're very nearly at 40,000 subscribers, which would be great, especially great to happen on my watch so that I can tell them that it was all me, which to go along with my current run of an aggregate 12-3 score, I believe, and unbeaten run of me doing watchalongs would be even more of an incentive. I love our jersey. Well, it's a kit for starters. I know you're in America, but come on, let's not be silly. The midnight sponsor looks good. I'm only teasing. Don't call it soccer though, or you'll get timed out. And I'm not joking. No paywall for reading the blogs. You're breaking up. Yeah, that might happen every now and then. My internet connection. I live in the arse under nowhere in Kent, so there's not much I can do. Jordan James breaking away, coming to the edge of the area, looks to hit it. Ooh, not that far away. Just wide of the right-hand side of the right post. Would have been a great goal for his debut, that's for sure. Good attacking incentive and drive, and got to the edge of the box and was not. He always looked like he was going to shoot. He just looked like he was seeing how much space he could gauge, and got right to the edge of the area without being stepped out on. Good ball from Sheffield Wednesday goalkeeper. It's broken to Sheffield Wednesday in the midfield with a little bit of space. Boubacar Traoré just caught out of position. Catches up but does commit the foul, and Sheffield Wednesday have a set piece about 35 yards away from goal. Quite centrally. Oh, Boubacar Traoré is getting a booking for that. Seems a bit harsh, but I suppose it's not early enough in the game for it to be obviously too early for a booking. Yeah, it looked like it could have been construed as cynical, but it also looked like he was just trying to gain himself a bit of gain himself a bit of space and kind of push himself forward, if that makes sense. I'd like to see them have a shot from here. That'd be great. Signing of John Ruddy can give a voice to the younger goalkeepers and has been through the league with us. Yeah, he's got know-how. He's not only has he been through the Championship with us, John Ruddy, he's been through it with Norwich is the only other one I can remember. But he's got years and years and years of experience, and he's getting on, so he's not going to be demanding first team game time, is he? Just going to keep an eye on this, because if this was to go in, it would be very good goal. Ooh, it's good effort. It was on target. Joe's decided to get down to it, but comfortably caught in the end. And the guy who took it looks a lot like Archie Gray from Tottenham, but it's not. Tommy Dodge getting his foot on the ball, just keeping calm, switches play out to Wolf. Plays it up to Charewa. Gonna just calm it down, not going forward. JJ's class really surprised the Prem Club or top division team didn't try to sign him after being player of the season for Leicester when they got relegated. That's arguably the most impressive part of it. Being young player of the season in a league where your team got relegated, but you were still recognised as being that good, is almost unheard of. Like, it's like the classic Premier League player of the season, 95% of the time. It's just the best player for the team that won the league, isn't it? But they've always failed to account for how important the player is to their team. But yeah, I'm not complaining that a bigger club didn't come in for him. I mean, if you want to be really cynical, you could say that he might be seeing us as a stepping stone. He's still a young lad. But he might also be seeing it as a way to progress his career. Come get a year or two more in the Championship, playing for a fairly big club, a lot of game time. Oh, bloody hell, Jose Sarr doing his level best to scare the crap out of me again. But a Wolves goal kick. Guy looks like Archie is his younger brother on loan from Leeds. Ha! Right, so I'm not going completely mental. No ball, boys. Jose Sarr's just had to trottle off to get his own ball. So I'm going to get relegated, I see. I think this is the best club in the world. Yeah, well, they would say that, wouldn't they? Would say that. It's always the same. And Gija sends it long, pretty aimlessly. But Wolves go looking for it again, and the press is there. Very lucky to get away with that. Boubacar Traore, good tackle, especially considering being on a yellow card. And very well played to get out of pressure. Team up the road from you is leading 3-0. Fleetwood 3-0. Who's scoring all these goals? We haven't even scored yet. They scored for us. I'm sure we'll get one or two now. Oh, a dodgy pass from Jose Sarr. As Sheffield Wednesday in behind. Good defending from Gija. And a hand of apology from Jose Sarr, but that was a very loose pass. Good anticipation from Olagunja to stand off and not overly commit there, because he could have got himself in real trouble if he'd gone for that one. Sparta Ipswich are now in the Premier League and Leicester in League One. Yeah, it's really sad. It doesn't feel right for Leicester after a decade after 5,000 to 1 and all that to be a League One team, and it's so sad having lost their owner and all the players and all the quality they used to have. It's just it must have been the management after. I mean, the thing people often forget, like after the year after they won the league, they had a decent season, and they've won an FA Cup in recent history, like in 2021, I want to say, when Tielemans absolutely thundered one to the top corner from like 25 yards out. Obviously, after they won the league, they had Champions League qualification, and they did quite well. I think they got to the quarterfinals, maybe. So they had a lot going for them, and they had a few seventh place finishes. They were mismanaged to the point of literally no return, where they've gone all the way down to League One. Good physicality from Jordan James, getting up down the left wing. He's passed just behind Rodrigo Gomez, who slips over. Everyone's slipping over today. But another important. James is looking like an important outlet. He's an outball to give us a bit of respite if we're being pinned in a little bit. All I want is to win and keep a clean sheet. Yeah, 1-0 I'd be over the moon with. Good touch from Sheffield Wednesday winger. This Morrison guy, you're right. Whoever I can't remember who said it. Shot on goal. Jose Sarr just collects that with relative ease. Or was that out to Boubacar Traore, who's looking to move it forwards, and he plays it out to Rodrigo Gomez, who's on the left now. It's got Wolf overlapping, gives it to Wolf. Ball comes back in, and no one on the edge of the box to pick it up. Cleared away. Sheffield Wednesday, you'd be thinking that they'd be aiming to counterattack, really, but they don't seem to have that much impetus going forward. They're not really. Typically in a game like this, where you recognise that you're the you're not going to be the aggressor for most of the match. You have a few dynamic attackers, and their main goal is just going forwards. Good ball in behind from Wednesday, but Olegenja there to sweep it up again. And then take it past the man and get himself some space. That is excellent play. Once again, he doesn't look like it's his first senior cap, that's for sure. Would Wolves have a fairy tale run like Leicester when they won the Premier League, or was our best chance for that back when we had that super team? Well, Leicester's like, there was no sign of them being on the up at all. So that would be us going from 7th and then progressing would have been a ascendancy. It wouldn't have been as out of the blue as Leicester's was. But don't forget, obviously, we're going to get promoted this season, and then we're going to win the league, and then the next year we're going to win the Champions League and the league and the FA Cup. So you just got to wait, really, because of course, all these things are going to happen, and we will win the league. Don't you worry. Premier League, that is. Might win the Championship, but we'll definitely win the Premier League. My dad's just come to him. We're playing very well.
Good.
It's very weird. We were all very shocked. But we're playing high pressing. Calamitous own goal from them. Hilarious, though. And apparently, if you wanted to turn it on in the other room, apparently, West Ham losing 2-0, people? Already to someone?
They were losing, yes.
Shocking.
Southampton.
Oh, it's not that shocking. But it's not great. 2050 Premier League? No, we won't win the 2050. We're going to win the... What's next season? What's this season? 2027, 28 Premier League. It's all like... It's ours. Well, they might as well start engraving on the trophy already. 72 likes on the live stream. Please get to 100. Yes, that would be great. 1-1 West Ham. Oh, that's boring, isn't it? All back to Lima. Lima trying to be a bit too clever for his own good there. Morrison on the wing is having he's getting a lot of luck again. Not luck. He's having a lot of joy against Wolf, which isn't a great telling sign, especially for someone who started every match for his country at the World Cup and got to the quarter-final. But he's had a few shots on goal that have been pretty harmless, but on target, and he's been allowed a few of them, which cannot continue, because that might be where a problem lies. And we are only 1-0 up. We definitely want to get another goal at least for security, preferably 2. But of course, that is easier said than done. Shouldn't be against Sheffield Wednesday, but what can you do? Bet Nuno's kicking himself for staying with the Hammers when he had a chance of coming home. I'm not sure he would have. I'm not sure he would have done. It's you don't want to taint what you've already had. Do you? And he left in a relatively good fashion. There was no bad blood with the fans, particularly as far as I'm aware. It definitely isn't with me. I named a dog after him. Birmingham just equalised against Brentford. It's fantastic. Giant killings everywhere. It'd be great. So we're near half time. We're up to the 43rd minute now. They're celebrating when Runcorn Linnets play, or a nearby team to me, when they play in the Northern Premier League Division 1 West. Our cup, who was also in the FA Cup. Wow, FA Cup qualifiers is cool. It's a bit of a mouthful of a league, though. The left wing cross comes in. A little bit difficult, but Jose Sarri is then there to collect it. What do you think when Raul Jimenez came back to Wolves? I danced around. I was at university and I had flatmates looking at me like I was mental because I was dancing around the kitchen at like 2 o'clock in the morning, singing Si Senor at the top of my lungs for a good 2 hours. And Tommy Doyle has made himself some space here, and he's in behind, and he's tried to go across his man, fallen over, and had the foul given against him. I think he realised he didn't have the pace on that one and just tried to cut across his man to, maybe win a foul, or maybe, yeah, unfortunate. feel like I'm holding my breath when I say it. Yeah. We're so happy. Yeah. Jimenez, we're just over the moon. And we know he's not going to be he's not going to be the Raul. Ever since his injury, we know we're not going to get exactly the same Raul back, because that incarnation of Raul was arguably one of the best. I think at his time he was in the top 5 for a number 9 in the world, because he was just so well rounded. It was brilliant. Oh, we've got a score update.
Time scores when you're ready. If you want to.
Oh, Millwall are winning. Oh, what's that? Coventry have gone 2-1 up against. I can live up my lifelong dream of being the guy who goes English League Cup second round. Cardiff 0, Norwich City 1. Go through all of them, but I'm not going to bore you with that. Middlesbrough are winning. Sheffield United are winning. Also, Blackburn are. They are mortal. They're 1-0 down. Fleetwood are 3-0 up against Shrewsbury, which is a bit sad. I think they might be being managed by Dave Edwards, actually, funnily enough. And a Wolves corner as we end 1 minute of added time, and Wolves have a corner to try and finish off the first half. What else we got? Southampton 1, West Ham 1, Reading 2-0 up. Watford 2-0 down to Peterborough. And Forest Leeds. Oh, I don't know. That could be a bit tasty. I imagine that isn't a phone giving me an advance notice. Oh, actually, I'm going to watch it just to make sure. Cleared out long. As we keep going, Rodrigo Gomez plays it down the line. Tommy Doyle to whip a ball back in. All the way to the back post. And it is an excellent header. And it is Olu Gunja on his Wolves senior debut with a header at the back post. And that is 2-0 to the Wolves just before half-time. Perfect time to score. It's exactly what you want. And that is a debut goal for the youngster. Fantastic. And that was a fantastic ball in. I can't remember who it was. I think it was Tommy Doyle. If it wasn't, I'm going to say it was, because I love Tommy Doyle. And that is 2-0. It was Tommy Doyle. Fantastic ball. Armstrong was offside, but he left it. And bounced up and took that like a striker. They really did. Brilliant header at the back post. Back across goal. Not a chance for the keeper. Brilliant. And he didn't even look that excited. There we go. Down we go. And that is 2-0 to Wolves at half time. I'm assuming it's about to be half time anyway. Fantastic. So you go, and that is half time. Well, we had 1 goal 2 minutes in and 1 in added time. So we had 45 minutes of not much going on. But we did have 2 goals and we are 2-0 up, and that is all that matters, ultimately. Half time. What a half. That was fantastic. We haven't conceded yet. What's going on? Well, as good as Olagunja's goal just was, his defensive play has been excellent. He's been really, really. It does not look like it's his first game for Wolves, or first senior appearance for anyone. Half-time snack. Oh,
Nothing.
no, you don't tell them.
They can't hear me.
They can hear you.
Oh, not on my thing.
Oh, it's just cut to Bernardo Silva lifting the Carabao Cup. I'm going to be bought a mystery half-time snack at some point, I imagine, if I can bully and cajole my parents that much. But we got 15 minutes. They're showing me the half-time stats. I don't even have to do anything myself. Fantastic. 60% possession for Wolves. 7 shots, 3 on target. Oh, the same for Sheffield Wednesday. I don't know. These are some mental stats. 1 blocked cross. What are we doing here? Oh, God. Definitely an 8 out of 10 from me. I was impressed with the first half. I mean, that was pretty faultless. They haven't done much wrong. They've given them a few too many half chances, but there's been nothing. There's been nothing concrete for them. They've been limited to. We're right, that winger he's got the beating of Wolf, which is discouraging for Wolf. He's never struck me as a particularly strong defensive player. He looks good when he's going forward, but in the defense, sorry, I'm not sure I've seen him have the better of his defending. We've got a Wolves mug with who's got on it? We've got Billy Wright and Connor Cody on the other side, I believe. Is it Connor Cody? Yeah, it is. Proper mug. Proper players, proper mug. I'm talking about, and I have my Diogo Jota shirt on from last season. Continue this good form into the second half and score more goals. Indeed. Sheffield are expletive. Yeah, they're not great. Not great. But, you can only beat what's put in front of you, and we're playing well. So, Jimenez still got it. He'll be good for us again. Obviously, he's not the same before the injury, but he'll still be efficient and improvise in other ways. Yeah, exactly. It's very interesting. Most players would just disappear into nothingness, and especially the sort of striker that he was. I was saying, I think he was one of the best all-round number 9s. He was brilliant. He had all of it. He was a clinical finisher. He had hold-up play. He had heading. He had skills. He tries Rabonas and stuff. He was so entertaining to watch, and he could get him behind. He could literally do anything as a number 9, and he was all round in the hardest league in the world. But after an injury like that and that much time out, which is the other bit that is not just the nature of the injury, having to have over a year out is impossible to come back from and be exactly the same player that you were. So many players it doesn't happen to many players, but on the occasion that it happens to those sort of players, it's never really you can't. I don't know how to put it. Really, you're not. You've got to adapt. Basically, you've got to learn how to become a new player. Almost, you've got to be a different entity. And Brown has definitely done that. He's lent into having other players work off him more. Hello. Back. They're not doing very well. No. You see the goal? You see this shocking goal. My dad's just back into the room. You see this absolute calamity of an own goal. It's quite comedic. You've got Chirewa out on the wing, cuts inside to have a shot.
Oh dear.
Keeper punches it onto his own centre back.
Yes.
Fantastic. It's exactly what we want. And we just scored again.
Yes.
Kid scored. Debut. Centre back bloke.
Okay.
First game for the club. Scored a header.
What's his name?
Olugunjo, I believe. Centre back.
Fantastic.
It was a great goal.
Give him confidence. That's good.
As soon as centre back showed balls, we scored. Let's go. Yeah. Is this the only goal? No. See, they've had a few shots from distance, but like I say, they haven't really had anything particularly clear cut. They haven't been able to. I'm not sure they've even really been able to trouble in the penalty area. That looked like it might have been a foul on Jordan James that allowed them to get that one off in particular, but not much problem.
It's great that we're winning, but Sheffield Wednesday have had a very difficult time, haven't they, last
Yeah,
season?
that's right. Yeah.
So it's
I mean, look at the stand.
very inexperienced team that they will have.
Yeah, but you can only beat what's in front of you, can't you?
Yeah, of course.
Chirewa's been excellent as well. He's really proved me wrong. He's been very dynamic and just wants to take his man on every single time. Get chills thinking about what could have been a foul if he didn't get the injury. Maybe it's not a reach, but I genuinely feel he could have been world class. I think he already was. I think he was world class at the point of it. He was absolutely at his peak. Doing it in Europe, doing it for his country, and doing it in the hardest league in the world. And there were loads of teams wanted him. I think United were rumoured to want him, and he could have solved their problems big time. But I've got my theory, or my lament rather, about Wolves is that season, when that injury in particular, from that point on, it all went downhill. It really did. From that point on, we had no talisman. Then there was COVID, and then we had some financial problems, and then we'd spent too much money on certain players, and we got into debt. And then the board got scared because they spent too much money, and it was a culmination of a multitude of things, which then just ended up being pretty crap. And then we sacked Nuno, and then just all went down from there. So fundamental, we won the game against Arsenal after that Raul injury. Yeah, we used to do quite well against Arsenal, which is quite sad because I'm down south, you see. Everyone's a bloody Arsenal fan. There's literally, oh my God, everywhere chances I feel it feels like 90% of people around me are Arsenal fans, just because they're a London club and they were fairly good and they were winning FA Cups and stuff. So it was always nice to beat them. We got a round-up of all the scores again. Good, we wanted. Norwich are beating Cardiff 2-0. Not bad though. Expected too much from Fabio Silva too soon when he was nowhere near ready. Right, see, this is another thing, right? Fabio Silva was not bought to be a starting striker. He was bought at 18. Just like I've got a light bulb on my head. Yeah, it does. Oh, there you go. Yeah, it's still there. Who cares? I'll just own it. We signed Fabio Silva to be a foil to Raul and to learn from Raul. And if he had that, he may well have gone on to be an absolutely world-class player. But he got thrown at the deep end, at the deepest end you could possibly have. Oh, I've been brought a half-time snack. That is absolutely enticing. Thank you very much. Oh, got dog. Hello, dog.
Keep the dog.
The dog doesn't like me as much as he likes you, I'm afraid. So.
Come on then,
Bye
dog.
bye.
Come on then.
He's cute, I promise. I really do.
You want him to come say hello?
No, it's okay. Go say Raul, it's his fault that we're now in the championship. It's not his fault, it's David Luiz's fault. So I'm happy to blame David Luiz. So Fabio Silva was there to learn from Raul, and if he hadn't had to start, and he got an occasional glimpse in, but he got thrown in the deep end, and everything was going wrong for us, and the fans were getting down just because of the general mood of the club. It wasn't great, and we were sort of not where we were hoping to be because we had been on an upwards trajectory. So Fabio Silva never got what could have been. And it was really, and also the price tag was ridiculous. Someone will know better than I will. Didn't we? It was £35 million, I remember, and wasn't it like 20 million of it was going to Jorge Mendes like directly? It was something ridiculous like that. Anyway, what you're all waiting for is the halftime snack. Is the halftime snack something warm? It is not. It is not. I am very happy though. That is very nice, and I really want to start eating it already. We miss Diogo Jota, indeed we do. We all do. And I'm from California, bloody hell. What time is it over in California to be watching a match? If it's this late, it's an evening, well, not evening, not even evening, a night match for us, then I'm terrified to see what it could be for you. I already sold everything we had, bro, and replaced it with no talent or players that could match what we had. Yes, exactly. So that was one of the things. So I understand every club during COVID had to take a step back and readdress their finances. But we also had a European financial thing, which seems to me like it scared the crap out of the owners, and then they started selling people because they were still like even that year they were splashing the cash, they were spending money, 30 million on Semedo, 40 million on Fabio Silva. Even though it wasn't a good sign, it was still a lot of money. They were happy, they were giving us the money and the resources. You could argue it was recruitment that did it wrong, but it was it's been a process of a lot of poor recruitment, and then after 1 or 2 years of not doing great, their priorities clearly shifted, and their priorities went away from going up to making a profit and maintaining being a Premier League club and having Premier League club status. So that's where the problems emerged, and that is entirely the owner's fault. I agree. Can we please keep Krejci? It would be nice, wouldn't it? Would be nice. Krejci is some player, and there's not many better centre backs than you can have than the captain of the Czech Republic, who's just going to absolutely big, tough, 6'3" Eastern European bloke who's going to come and absolutely thunder you into next week. It's exactly what you want. In the absence of having a born and bred English centre back who's no nonsense, I don't even know, like a John Terry who's just going to slam into people, or a Scott Brown, the Czechian centre back who's club captain, who captained his club when he was 20 or whatever. It's not that bad. No. Oh, well, my phone's just very usefully told me that it's half time. Brilliant. Fantastic. Thanks, guys. Is it a fruit? You don't know me well enough, Carl. I'm not going to have a fruit. Watermelon doesn't count as a fruit because it's really nice. But no, it's not. My half-time snack is not a fruit. I'm still bemused by the fact that this gets a reaction, but keep the guesses flooding in because, until someone gets it, I can't eat it. That's all I want. Well, I don't want to be watching Wolves. I don't want to be talking to you lot, do I? I want to be eating this really nice food. Is it a cookie or cake? No, not quite. But you're closer than a fruit, that's for sure. What's the game being shown on? It's on Sky Sports Plus. So if you go on Sky Sports, it's they'll have a Carabao Cup feature and they've got every match. But Lopez, Krejci, and Gija are our best players to sell for high fees. Ideally not, but I know my club. That is a very astute observation. Mane as well, I'd add into that just because he's so young and he's got so much potential that could be unlocked. But yeah, Cookie Monster time. I actually kind of wish, but no. Rocky Bar, don't even know what that is. Am I showing my youth there? I might well be. The problem with this game is that everyone starts guessing and everyone makes me really, really hungry, and I just want to stop and go and get myself a load of food. Mane is indeed coming on. I was just seeing he is stripped off and ready to join the action. It's a bit interesting. Could implicate an injury to someone, but we will wait to see who he's coming on for. But we need more confidence by building up play from the back. Seems to get to the edge of our box and our path and back pass quite a lot. We do quite often, but today this is looking a bit more improved, to be honest. Mateus Mane on for Rodrigo Gomez, so giving them half a game each kind of makes sense. Crisps, nope. Snickers, nope. See, this is what's happening now. Picnic bar, don't know what that is either, Carl. Don't know what that is either. Are these things that if my dad was in the room, he'd be going, "Oh, you haven't lived." You were close with Cookie, but not close enough. Need a right winger. I love Rodrigo and his heart for the club, but we need a proper winger, not a right wing back turned winger. I think he was a right winger turned right wing back, to be honest. I think he was being forced into right wing back role because defensively, all he's got really going for him is that he's fairly quick and he's going to absolutely and just harass people when they're on the ball. But he seems much more adept and comfortable just going forwards. Kit Kat, no. Muffin, no. Lion Bar, no. Seems got I'll give you a clue because the second half started now and it's a halftime show. It's patented. It's halftime show. It's a chocolate. It's not a bar, but it is chocolate. So make of that what you will. So we've kicked off again. Only one change for us. We have Mateus Mane on for Rodrigo Gomez. Straight swap on the right wing. As we'll look to put the game to bed. 2-0 up already. Hoping to hopefully add a third. Ferrero Rocher. Oh, such a good idea. See, this is the problem with the game. TK, no, that's so nice though. Just make you. I was so excited for this, and now you're saying things that make it look crap. Oh, Trey was off the ball on the right side. Tunnock, no. Don't even know what that is either, Carl. I might just be an idiot, to be fair. I don't have much chocolate, to be honest. Oh, Armstrong, don't know where he's going. Wolf onto that. Finds James in a bit of space. Near to the area, but being hustled out of play. It's gone. No, it's not chocolate, is it, Carl? Come on. Good ball into the middle. Armstrong plays it out wide for Lima. Under hit that pass. Good cross to the back post. Oh, they kind of got stuck on each other. And Manny's given away a free kick in the Wednesday penalty area. Revels. Oh, we're getting really close now. We're getting really close. Imagine a superior Revel, if that's not controversial. Minstrels, no. That is a superior Revel, to be fair. I'll give you that. Maltese. Here we go. Maltesers. Specifically white Maltesers, but I'm not going to be that pedantic because we haven't got all day. White Maltesers. My God. What a treat. A win on white Maltesers is. That was a day and a half. Good ball in behind, but swept up by Gija. And very composed on the ball. And good play from Olagunjo again. Both centre-backs look very happy to turn and make themselves half a yard of space instead of just hoofing it long, which we've become oh so accustomed to. Shot from distance from Sheffield Wednesday, but it would have taken quite a Neves-esque spectacle to score from that. You're asking a hell of a lot. Oh, that's so nice. Haven't seen the white Maltesers. You haven't lived, Carl. You haven't lived. That's so good. Armstrong was just being held onto and didn't win a free kick. I thought that was pretty blatant, but okay. We'll just say, if anyone is just joining us for the second half, hello, I am Ben. I am your Always Wolves correspondent for the day, and quite possibly the least professional commentator you will ever see. Especially seeing as I'm interrupting myself whilst I'm trying to introduce myself, and it came to nothing anyway. What's the point? Please do hit the like on the live stream. Give me a little bit of support so that I can take that back to my bosses and prove to them that I am doing a good job and that my lack of professionalism isn't completely for nothing. And please subscribe to the channel. We are 50 subscribers away from hitting 40,000, which would be great. It would be a great milestone to hit. 87 likes, Carl says. We can get that to 100. That'd be great. Oh, Wolf in behind. Squares it across and there's no one there. There's an open goal. Goalkeeper committed, but Wolf got there first and squared it, and there was no one there to tap it home. And Boubacar Traoré, he's all bloody hell. Apologies for the language. That was the last thing I was expecting to go anywhere near the goal from Boubacar Traoré. I bloody knuckleballed it from 25 yards out. Just over the bar. That would have been a hell of a strike. That would have been Neves-esque. I'm run back again by Boubacar Traoré. We've been everywhere today. As has Tommy Doyle, as has Jordan James. proving a very balanced midfield because they've all got a lot of energy, but they're also perfectly capable in each of their roles. Bukayo is naturally sitting a bit deeper and doing more of the defensive duties, but Doyle and James especially are both able to drop deep, and that is a great ball. Oh, just Armstrong was nearly onto it, but just put off just enough by the Sheffield Wednesday centre back. I was just saying how good Bukayo had been. He got nutmegged. But Doyle with the switch out, but Sheffield Wednesday player gets there first, and they could have an attack here. Out to the right wing. And cut back to the edge of the area, he shoots, and that was shocking. Do you think Raul might come on and score? Love from the USA. Thank you very much. I'm not sure if he'll come on. To be honest, he might come on for a bit to maybe rest Armstrong. But I don't see them wanting to risk him if we're still 2-0 up as well, or potentially even more. Oh, that was a nice turn, but Doyle was offside. Would have been in behind there. That was closer than it could have been as well. Was Doyle's first touch being better this game? Was it particularly bad in the last game? I don't really remember. And that is embarrassingly played out of play. Professional footballer failing to make a pretty standard 6-yard pass there. Manning trying to... Good recovery from Wolf. Good, well defended. Jose Sarr. And GJ out to Lima, and that's very nice interplay with Cherewa. And Lima looks to put an early ball in. Going to the right place. We were never going to find anyone, but it needed clearing. And just kind of puts them under a bit of pressure that they wouldn't otherwise be under. I much prefer that to them turning around and recycling back the bloody goalkeeper like they tend to. Wolves throwing on the right hand side. Doyle with cross to the back post. Keeper comes for it, doesn't convincingly get it. Comes out the other side to Armstrong, lays it back for Wolf. Jordan James with a beautiful switch of play back out the other side. Doyle dispossesses it. Goes for the shot into the side netting. Or was it deflected? Deflected out for a Wolves corner. How to watch the game? It's on Sky. It will be Sky Plus. Where they've got all the Carabao Cup matches. Corner comes in. Cleared away and cleared long. With Jose Sarr to go around to get it. Ball over the top, just overhead, nearly got that. Get 3-0 and then send on the kids. Like risk getting the first team regulars. I remember when a couple of stars were injured and we left them on against a team we were beating easily. Yeah, there's always a risk, but to be fair, there aren't many kids on the bench. It's mainly first team players on the bench. So it might be a case of rotating, giving them 15 minutes to get a bit of sharpness up, I suppose. It's going to be another season where the owners back the manager, then do the same if we make it back in the Premier League, or are the owners realising what the club means to the fans? I really hope so. We need. I mean, not only do we need backing, and Mane's in behind. Oh, and he's hit the keeper, and he's gone wide. And the flag was up anyway, but that was beautiful football. Drilled into Armstrong. Armstrong with the flick off to Wolf, whilst Mane made the run in behind, and then played in behind. Just mistimed it, but he missed anyway. Can you get a shout out? Of course you can. Of course you can. Hello, Luke. That's all you're getting though. That's all you're getting. Don't ask for any more. Sheffield Wednesday down the left-hand side, and he's literally just wandered off the pitch with the ball for no apparent reason. And he doesn't even look remotely annoyed. So, each to their own, I suppose. No, I suppose when you're 2-0 down and there's no one there watching you, really. Cool. Chirera being pulled to the ground, but, the referee just allows that. You're just allowed to get pulled to the ground these days, apparently. Third round draw date, EFL Cup. I'll check. I saw something about this earlier, but I'm just dim, so I forgot. I might just look it up. Where is they? Unless someone gets there first in the chat. August the 26th, I believe. So, tomorrow. 90 likes on the live. Thank you for the update, Carl. What would I do without you? Once again, 10 more likes. If there's 10 of you who are watching who haven't liked, what am I going to do? There's nothing I can do. Just like it, please. Please. Would you take Neves back? What? Don't mean to be rude. What a stupid question. I would absolutely. I would sell 90% of the first team just to have Neves back. I can't lie. Yeah, I like a few of them, but I think I would. I think I'd sell some family members as well. Maybe not like a close one, but like a distant like a distant second cousin or something. Like they can go. That'd be fine. Would you like Núñez back? I'd like to have him back and sit him in the reserves and just not play him ever. That'd be great. And just let him get booed. Like that's what they should do with Enzo Fernandez at Chelsea. He's just getting booed. They just hate him. And I know, obviously, you could get £100 million, but who wants to do that when you could just sit him in the reserves and have him rot and be sad? Oh yeah, surely that's better. And Peterborough, there's just a thing that's come up on the screen in the bottom corner. Peterborough beat him 4-0 away. That is mental. Núñez was shameful. We gave him a career and he treated us like that. I don't like him either. Don't think I'm defending him. But before he joined us, it had been said that Pep Guardiola said he was the best midfielder in the world. And then he got signed by Man City with Pep Guardiola. So I think he probably would have done all right. I think he probably would have been okay. Once you've got Pep Guardiola's seal of approval, you're fine. There we go. There's. Thank you, Carl. There's categorically, if anyone wants it, there's the exact time of the draw. Don't understand the battle we have with him and Armstrong. Just play both of them two up top. I think Doyle's been strong on the ball. Still unsure about JJ. I think JJ's been brilliant. A lot of his good work is coming off the ball as well. He's making a lot of space for other people to utilise. Good from Jozo Sarr to come and claim that. That could have been a little bit tricky. And unleashes Mane down the wing, who cuts inside, just lays it off to Boubacar Traoré. Back to Mane, who plays through Jordan James, he tries to be unselfish and play it through to Armstrong, but he could have been through there. Being forced back, going to force Sheffield Wednesday to go long. and then one back out for a Wolves throw. Fantastic. Playing both of them up front, I think is tricky because speak of the devil, Raul Jimenez is coming on for Takenda Chirewa, as is Marshall Manetzi for someone else. For Jordan James. So Jordan James got an hour under his belt. Raul and Manetzi are going to be given half an hour of a run out. Maybe we'll get a Raul goal. Wouldn't that be something? What about Adama? Would I have Adama back? Yeah, but not for the wages that he'd demand. Sorry, I keep trying to come back to that. I'm going to pin it so that I don't forget it. Playing both of them up front is tricky because if you still want to play with wingers and playing two up front, that leaves us with a two-man midfield, which I don't think our midfield is strong enough to cope with. I think if we were back in the days of, Neves and Moutinho, as that being a two-man midfield, I think we'd be all right. But I kind of like having two strikers who are going to push each other. But also Armstrong, as we are seeing now, Armstrong and Raul are on the pitch at the same time. They're just not playing up front together. It's a bit more fluid, and Armstrong is able to come in off the wing and move around with a focal point. What else have we got here? People falling up. What do you think about the rumours of John Ruddy potential return? It's just great, isn't it? Why not? Third choice goalkeeper, just... Oh, got hiccups. Homegrown, have him around the club. Would be great. That goal against Chelsea, I know I hated, but that was stunning, the volley. I saw that goal. I was there. And I don't see us win much. Because I always end up getting tickets to see us play people that no one else wants us to see us play, which end up being Chelsea and Liverpool and Man City. And all I'm going to do is just absolutely send someone to the shops again. And then G just sent someone to the shops as well. Why are our centre-backs better at dribbling than our wingers? And Toimador switches to play out to Mane. Not a great touch, but he's fallen over around on the edge of the area. He's got space, plays it out wide to Armstrong, who can hit it. Oh, across goal, he's absolutely scuffed that. Mane's going to get there, though. Out to Wolf. Plays it inside to Manetzi. Back to Wolf, just about. But it's coming right back to him. Good period of sustained pressure for Wolves. Mane with the ball into the middle. Wolf made himself half a yard. No, and then Raul on the air, but deflected. Wolves corner. Good defending there to stop Wolf's shot there. You'd have thought with all that money that Nunes would have got his teeth fixed. No comment. Can you watch it on YouTube? If yes, what do you spell? I don't think it is on YouTube. You can watch me on YouTube and my charming good looks and dashing charisma, but that's not good enough, I suppose. Hopefully Raul can come on and score. Yeah, that'd be great. Messi to Wolves. I don't think he'd start over Mane, mate. Oh, Wolf, that is a bloody hell, man. We've got quite a lot of leverage on that header. That's right. And we're seeing the Mexico fans are back out in full force with the Raul chance. Mbappe and Haaland next season in EPL for Wolves. Well, that's ambitious. We got a Wednesday fan, mate. We've been awful. Yeah, we have no grudge against Wednesday at all, and I can only speak for myself, really, obviously. But I only hope the best for Sheffield Wednesday. They're a massive club, and it's really sad to see what's happened in the last few years. So I hope they get the spark back and get a bit of momentum and get a bit of feel good around the club again. Because seeing things like this, like you're being fair, it's fairly drab performance from you guys, and I say that just as my TV just cuts out. Brilliant. In a half-empty stadium, it's not what you want, is it? So we sympathise. We wish. I wish Sheffield Wednesday nothing but the best. Question is, if we're in good position come January, do we think about signing actual Premier League standard players? We should always be thinking about signing Premier League standard players, I think. But yes, definitely. And if you look like you're doing well in January, people are more inclined to join you because they know you're going to go up. Continuing retirement tour after the three UCLs back to back. Yeah, back to his roots, back to where he came from. I mean, we're not forgetting that Chorley match, are we? Playing like last season, that's a shame. It really is. It really is sad to see. But you got some substitutes coming on. Looks like you might have a few first teamers coming on. Seen a number 10 and a number 11, so actually I'd bloody well hope so anyway. Orange have beaten Cardiff 2-1. That's a shame. You know, Wednesday away kit from a few years ago. Hopefully won the league. I get a feeling we're back in administration. Well, yeah, both goals could have been stopped. That is, well, the first one was, yeah, actually no, they were both avoidable, to be fair. But the difference is there hasn't been any attack. If we hadn't scored, it would have been 0-0. Oh, Rao gets to the header, but doesn't get the right connection. I can now hear the fans in the background, I believe, in the light of that interview that we were talking about earlier. I think I can hear. We've got Ruben Neves. Just don't think you understand. Our fans are mental. I feel a bit bad being one of the current players who just hears us constantly chanting for old players. Pedersen needs his contract ripped up. Oh, it's harsh but fair. How much of it? I'm not clued in with Sheffield Wednesday. Obviously, it's hard enough to be clued in with Wolves. Just from a mental place of just like, you know, having to put up with all the Wolves news. Every time I always think this. Whenever we have like a power cut or something, or like I'm away from my phone and like social media, or like you're at a concert or something and you got your phone off and you haven't checked it for a while. Every time I reopen my phone, I'm just terrified that I'm going to have some awful Wolves news because that's happened so many times. Just like I've been out for the day and then I come back and I check my phone and it just says, "Oh yeah, so this person's leaving. The manager's gone. We've got no money and we've sold everything." And someone crashed. There was one time that I reopened it and we'd sold one of our players and someone had crashed a car into the Billy Wright statue. I was like, what am I supposed to do? It's difficult. But I'm not clued in with Sheffield Wednesday. That was quite the tangent I just went on. But how much of this is Pedersen's fault? Or is it money? Is he not having the facilities and the access to the right players and stuff? Because, you know, we can absolutely sympathise with that. Good claim from Jose Sarr. That was not easy. That was good goalkeeping. Wolves PTSD. Indeed. That's exactly what it is. Drove past all the Wolves fans drinking in Chapel Town today before the game. Yeah, that sounds like them. Peterborough 5-0 up against Watford. Or is it 5-1? But they've got 5 goals. That's ridiculous. I thought Watford was supposed to be all right. Apart from their merry-go-round of managers. Fair enough. Sheffield Wednesday making another substitution, which gives me another chance to shamelessly plug. Please do like the live stream. Try and get us up to 100 likes. And please subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. Or maybe if you're not new around here and you've forgotten to subscribe. Or maybe just double check that you are subscribed. And if you're enjoying the content, please do subscribe. Or if you're not enjoying the content, I really don't care. I'd like you to subscribe, please. And I'm taking time out of my evening to do this, so I think the least you can do for me is go subscribe. Try and get us to what was the? I think you said 40,000, I believe. We're very nearly at 40,000 subscribers. So if there's 30, 40 or so of you who, it wouldn't do you any harm to hit the subscribe button, that'd be great. Get the Wolves fans and our brainwashing and indoctrination to get more people to be Wolves fans out there. Would be great. Congrats to Wolves, though. Thank you very much, mate. It's very good of you to be giving kind kind words when your club's in such turmoil. But we can't relate. We currently can't relate. I'm sure that older fans than me, obviously, I am aware of the the Batik brothers and going into administration and all those sorts and training in the car park. But so I sympathise with you guys, and it was also just horrible to see for any club. But I'm sure some older fans who have experienced firsthand Wolves going through that can know exactly what you guys are going through. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. It's lovely to have other fans and it not be hostile. It's not like we've got Albion fans in. Up to 100 like. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Proves if I ask nicely enough with my charm, I'll get what I want. Next target 150 likes. Well, that is ambitious, Cole, but that's exactly the sort of thing we want. So keep right. Just because we got to 100 doesn't mean that if you haven't liked it, you don't have to. Don't think I don't know you, Jordan. I know you haven't liked Jordan. Hit Jordan and Dudley. You got to hit the like button because I know you're watching, mate. I know you're watching. But I'll take a chance and see if I'll get someone to like the video. 1.1 million likes. Okay, well, there you go. Well, I'm sure Dave will be very happy with that. Cheers to that. Sheffield Wednesday put a cross in, and I completely missed the substitution because I was waffling. Minutes has been taken out, so I'll tell you about it now. Wolf has come off straight swap for Hugo Beno, who's back on at left back. Fantastic. Getting a bit more of a run out. It looks like it was the first team who were on the bench just in case, it went south. So now we don't have any youngsters that we can bring on even, but it's good to get them. This side and all of the individuals are so new to playing with each other that the more time they can get on a pitch with each other, especially when they can be a bit relaxed at 2-0 up, not completely relaxed, obviously, but they can be playing with a bit of freedom, is vital. Because you can only train so much, you've got to be able to do it in a match. We'll see. And we are about 75 minutes in. Still 2 goals to the good. Raul leading the line. Armstrong's moved out to the right-hand side. And Doyle is still pressing forward to make that sort of flat 4 when pressing from the front. And he's sort of the one leading the press a lot of the time. West Ham 3-1 up now. You can't have everything, can you? It would be nice to have them have their momentum dissipate for when we've got them in a week or so. They're just not happy here. 4-1 down to Lincoln. Oh dear, that's not what you want. Cross comes in from Wednesday. Hugo Beno clears it out for a corner, just in the interest of safety. Should I cheer for West Bromley Albionians so that we can meet in the cup and we can pull off the triple on them this season? No, never cheer for them. So glad Emmanuel Agbadou is gone. Said from the start when he came, he was a dud. He went on a couple of games, then bottled it. I thought he was really good. He seemed like he was going through like a crisis of confidence, to say the least. But I do remember watching us play Everton. I want to see us playing when we lost 3-2. And he was misplacing so many dodgy back passes and then just like whacking himself in the face, just getting really annoyed with himself. Well, good ball in behind for Sheffield Wednesday, but cleared up by Gija, who gets very annoyed with Pedro Lima for allowing that to happen. But fair enough. Beating Bailey 3 times would be perfect. Let's get one under our belt first, and then we can dare to dream. Lima with the long ball forwards. Armstrong tries to take it down first time. Probably would have been better off letting that bounce. That was Riyad Mahrez wouldn't have been able to do that. Pedro Lima with the throw on the right-hand side. Raul drops in. He's got a man on his back just as soon as he's anywhere near the ball. Raul. So Spurs lose to Charlton Spurs in the Championship. It was nearly. Oh, now there's a question. I don't like to get into much negativity, but I'm sure that people will absolutely love to hear that. Raymond asks, who are the 5 worst players of the Fosun era? So if you want to chuck in some recent poor Wolves players since Fosun arrived, then feel free, I guess. Sheffield Wednesday cut inside. Cool, just over. Let him get away from his man a bit too easily there. Agbadu was decent, to be fair. Showed a bit of passing. Yeah. Had a friend get a baggy shirt for a mystery kit sale. That's a shame. Fabio Silva. Yeah, it's sad, but you'd probably have to agree, wouldn't you? Yeah. Long ball from Jose Sarr. That Raul tries to nearly keeps on. Fabio Silva seems to be getting quite a lot of votes in the chat there. My dad would agree if he was here, but he's in the other room now. Good challenge from Boubacar Traore. Once again, he's been quite the cog. I really do hope that we keep hold of him. Good touch by Doyle. Traore gets away. Menezzi to the edge of the box to have Raul, who's got 3 men on him as soon as he gets the ball every time. Oh, good slick play, but good challenge from Lima to stop the counter-attack. Nunes for how he treated us. Nunes without how he treated us, to be fair, he was pretty crap, wasn't he? I haven't thought of the toilet roll I might need to do for them. Oh, you're going to use a West Brom kit as toilet roll, aren't we? Let's see how it is. Oh, that is true. I just wanted to double check before I said that. That is true. Dolly Parton has died. That's very sad. 80 good innings, to be fair. That's a shame. Brown needs another goal in. Yeah. Guedes, yeah. I think Guedes is definitely up there. There got to be someone we're not thinking of. Patrick, yeah. I mean, we've had some players who've just been a bit nothingy, like Jesus Vallejo. Was in for about 20 minutes, didn't do much, and then left. I can't think of anymore. Rouse looked very rusty tonight, unlike him. Yeah, but he hasn't had much time. Mane looks to play the ball over the top. Netzi nearly onto it. Willian Jose, Trincao. I know, I'm not having that. I know he barely ever scored, but he scored a banger against Chelsea, and I don't like Chelsea, so that was good for starters. He was so much fun to watch. He was he was so frustrating. He was like the perfect nearly player. Just he used to cut inside and whack it and hit the crossbar all the time. Willian Jose, not a bad shout. Catrone, not a bad shout. I thought it was another. I mean, Diego Costa was pretty crap, didn't he? Didn't he score 1 goal and it was after he got the ball punted off him against Brentford or something? Someone tried to clear it, it came off him and went in. That wasn't great. I like how everyone is kind of dismissing last season. So, Arias, for starters. It was like a 6-month loan, and he was shocking. So the audacity to take the number 10 and be called the next Cunha. So disappointing. Arias is 1. Arias is number 1. For me, anyway. Number 1, it's got to be. Wolf is poor. I don't really want to. I don't want to have a go at someone who's still here. Strand Larson, so poor. He was poor in the second season, but 14 goals, 14 non-penalty goals in a debut season for a crap Wolves side is not bad at all. So Wolf isn't bad though. Yeah, I just feel like if you're Norway starting left back for the World Cup and you get to the quarterfinals, you can't be that bad. Surely. So I feel like it must be it might be a mindset thing. It might be a tactical thing. It might be just not. It's probably a confidence thing. Every single player is low on confidence coming out of last season. I don't think it's any surprise that the players who look best at the moment are the players who were away. For Lopez, Doyle, Jordan James, who's just joined, Armstrong, who's basically just joined, Boubacar Traore is having a great game, Gija, who's just come back, kid who's never played, who's playing his first game for us, Manetzi, they're Lima, like this whole team, and then you've got Mane and Bueno, who are youngsters and know that it didn't reflect them. But if I was a new signing and I'd been brought in last season, that was my first season of English football, you would be devastated and you would question your own ability. So it's going to take a lot of them time to kind of collect themselves. And Wolf was highly rated, and he is highly rated by Norway. So I think I'm still holding out faith that he will come good. There have been others that my judgment has just gone, no, I don't want you at my club anymore. Because Wolf always, as well, it's never looked like a mentality thing. He always looks like he's trying his best, to me anyway. Whereas players like Arias weren't. Didn't look bothered still. Hung might be our worst signing for how long we've kept in. It might be someone who we've spent the most wages on. For the smallest return. I think Pedro Lima is very good. Yeah, he's definitely grown into it as well, isn't he? Keanu Herver is so poor. I mean, what do you got to take into account for a transfer? Surely, if we're going to get properly, if we're going to properly go into this, is how much they cost. So in terms of like value for money. So like Herver was like nothing. Like he was like £1 million and was like part of the deal for Jota, I remember. Similar to how we got Tommy Doyle in the deal for Nunes. I like Kalajdzic. Yeah. I like him as well. I feel like that's squad depth as an attacker, so. Need to keep Bueno, Molivov, Trippier, Lima. So you'd get rid of Chachua, would you? If we can keep Krejci and Santi Bueno as centre-backs, yeah. I agree that Gija and Mosquera and Totti should be squad depth centre-backs, and we need new starting centre-backs. And if that could be Krejci and Bueno, that would be great. But if not, then we need to sign 2 new ones. I would keep Chachua, I think. Because he's just so frustrating. Because he's got such a gift. His pace is such a gift in an attacking and a defending sense. Because you can recover any mistake you make when you're that fast. But that is about all he's got. But you need to, that could be harnessed, especially out of possession and in transition. It could be really, really. It could be such a deadly weapon. So I'd be happy to keep him. See, like you're saying, Chachara really looks good in the Championship. I'd rather Lima grow into it. I definitely. It's not that I don't want Lima playing, but you got to remember Lima is like 18, and Trippier is about 55. So Trippier is going to tail off quickly. So Chachu, I think Chachu is for your person in the middle, And, if he doesn't come good in a year or two, then, you get rid of him. But I think he and Wolf are the ones that took a gamble. We might as well stick it out for a bit because we're not going to recoup much money for them anyway because they haven't proven anything. We get about what we paid for them, probably. Who do you remember Vallejo, who somehow ended up on the Real Madrid bench and playing in the Champions League? Yeah, exactly. He was just a bit of a meh player for us. I feel I'm not even watching the game. Not much is happening. I'll tell you that. It's just a lot of scrappy possession. Armstrong's trying to get onto a loose back pass to the keeper, but not quite. And now Wolves coming forward. Just stop talking Lima. Back to Doyle. Doyle left-footed cross to the back post. Comes down to Mane. Oh, he's been crowded out. And he's had to play it back to Bueno. Bueno trying to work his way down the line, make himself some space. But he's got no one behind him. Until Totti, who's come on for... I don't know who he's come on for. See, I haven't been watching. This is the professionalism, you see. Most underrated, yes. See, now let's do underrated signings. Underrated is Johnny. My underrated would be Marcel. I think he was a very good utility player for us for a while. I think maybe even for free. Good experience, just reliable. 6 or 7 out of 10 every week, which is great. And for Lopez is going to get a few minutes. Let's see if he can keep his attacking numbers up and get a goal or something. On for Tommy Doyle, who's had a brilliant game, might I say. The whole midfield of Doyle and Jordan James and Boubacar Traore has been excellent. I do really hope that we can... Olagunju's come off. Yeah, that's true. That's who Totti is on for. I really, really hope we keep hold of... just completely lost my train of thought. Of Boubacar Traore because he's great. I really think he's maybe he's not maybe not a starter, but I think he's a great player to have off the bench, and I think he's a great squad depth player for a game like this. He's perfect. He's built for it. And he's young. He's been at the club for a while. It's great. Gija up to clear it. Cross comes to the back post, cleared away by Bueno. Wednesday player looks like he wanted to have a shot from 30 yards, but decided against it, probably for the best. Good defensive header from Gija again, who's been on it today. And good defending from Lima, who now is... Someone's just tried to take him out, but he's absolutely not having it. And Ralph's gone into a shoulder-shoulder 50-50 and lost out to a big guy. Sheffield Wednesday centre-back. We've been released down the wing. Barry Douglas, yeah. Dendonka. Willy Bolly, yeah. Bolly was great. Ryan Bennett. And we've had a lot of underrated players, to be fair. Craig Dawson, because he tailed off towards the end. Tolu with the biggest dud of all time. That is true. Yeah, I'll give you that. Oh, and it comes to the back post, and Jose Sarr has caught it. Fantastic. We want to keep the clean sheet. That's the important bit now. It was a thing. What's that? Semedo is quite underrated. He got a lot of stick for a while, but he was great, and he was very consistent and very professional in his whole time at the club. 90 minutes are up and Wolves are still 2-0 up, and we have 5 minutes left to go. And Fer Lopez is pressing from the front. I like this. All signs that Lopetegui have now left the club. Is that true? That doesn't surprise me one bit, to be fair. He wasn't really here for long enough to make any signings, was he? Good defending from Totti with a man on his back. Three realistic Wolves signings who you would take. God, see, I honestly don't know, and I much prefer it when we sign people I don't know. Wolves on the counter-attack. He's butchered the pass. We could have been through there. We would have 4-on-1. But they keep trying to get the ball out to Louis Barry out on the left wing, and good interception from Boubacar Traoré to snatch that. That's for Lopez with 3 men on him, and he's got away from it. Of course he has. And he's found the ball into the midfield to Menezes, and he's got us out of the trouble. I think even the nostalgic Moutinho lovers still underrated him. Absolute classic, even on his off days. Yeah, that's true. Oh, Fer Lopez is toying with this lot. After being on for like 2 or 3 minutes, just wandering around, just like daring people to commit to a challenge and try and take him on. And Hugo Bueno steps inside, driving down the middle, butchers the pass to Raul, but it's come out wide to Armstrong. Gives it to Fer Lopez on the edge of the area. He was after the 1-2, and Armstrong should have played it into Jimenez, but completely missed the ball by the looks of it. And Gija was a good burst of pace, especially in the 92nd minute, to get across there and cover that. Back to Jose Sarr. Should have got Gus Hamer. Yeah, that would have been good. One player that I was thinking of was another Leicester player. I was thinking Harry Winks. Englishman, midfielder, bit of depth, bit of quality, bit of knows the league, knows the Premier League. Something like that. Good one too from Mane and Bueno. They're developing a bit of a link up, it seems, Mane and Bueno. I like it. Up the left-hand side. Just don't concede, boys. That's all we want. That's all we want. We just want a clean sheet. We'd rather 2-0 than 3-1. Raul pressing from the front again. West Ham 1-4-1. Oh, well. Angel Gomez was pretty awful, yeah. 6 months did literally nothing. For some reason, had a clause of if we stay up, which, you know, we're never going to do. So what's the point? Bueno surging forwards again. Even in these dying minutes. And for Lopez again, also just driving down the middle, just picking up a bit of pace. Taken out, but hasn't won the free kick and has just done a backwards roll in frustration. As it trickles on into the 94th minute. Brentford 6-1 against the Blues. Yeah, well, that's kind of what you'd imagine. Don't understand why we let Sarabia go. Money. That'll be it. Don't want to pay him 300 grand a week and someone else will. I can't even remember where he went. Didn't he go to Turkey? And that way they give you loads of money. Sarabia's goal versus Spurs was class, actually. It seems. Yeah, but his assist was even better as well. And free kick versus Man United. Yeah, and our last away win. And now we're going to have 2 on the trot, by the looks of it. Barring absolute calamity. But the Sheffield Wednesday fans are filtering out already. What a boring game. We won. What would you want? Or at least we nearly have. And this is actually kind of a bit slightly reassuring of what we were discussing earlier, where we wanted solid. Like, not only do you want to get a few goals, you want to control the game and not really give them a sniff. And that's what they've done. They've been very solid, and that is full time. 2-0 to Wolves. Not the most exciting of games, but a good game, showing squad depth, goal for debutants, and an own goal. Fantastic. It's just entertaining, isn't it? Another win for Cesar Peixoto. Still unbeaten in competitive games thus far. I'm still unbeaten in my watch-alongs because, you know, that's now a 13-3 aggregate. I mean, that's as comprehensive as you want, isn't it, really? Good performances, good midfield, especially. I thought Jordan James and Doyle and Boubacar Traoré were excellent. Armstrong Gomez, Chirewa had a good game as well. Defense, Gija, excellent. Absolutely fantastic. Lima, the same. Fulf, okay. Who scored our two? Own goal from them and Olagunju. Olagunju, I think. Olagunju. I'll learn how to say it. I can't. Yeah, I was caught off guard. I wasn't expecting someone random to be in the lineup today. Are we next invincible? I'm the invincible. The club might not be. I'm the invincible. I mean, we'll never lose. So yeah, another win on the board. Going into Stoke at the weekend, bit more momentum. Outing for the squad depth, showing that they can get part. They can do what's needed. They can do what's needed when necessary. But we still need some more signings. So we will have to wait and see. However, for now, at 20 to 10, I will leave you. I will leave you all. I imagine you're getting quite sick of me on your screens every now and then. The Wolves fans go and applaud the Wolves players. The Wolves players go and applaud the Wolves fans. And that is 2 away wins on the bounce. So I'm going to go and enjoy it. I'm going to go and have some dinner because I'm hungry. And yes, I know I've already had the Maltesers, but just shut up. Don't try and have a go at me. I'll do what I want. I'm a whole 18 years old. I can do what I want these days. Yeah, 2-0. That was great. Great to see you all, and I will see you all again soon. And up the Wolves.